Channel 3. This is the best local sports show.
Let's ride. How about that? While many of our teams are out of town this week, Desert Hot Springs and Shadow Hills stayed home, going head-to-head in the dungeon for an all-local cross-league showdown. Full highlights and reaction ahead. Plus, another all-local cross-league clash, Cathedral City and Xavier Prep. Plus, we got much, much more. It is week 4 of high school football on the best local sports show, and it all starts right now.
You're watching the best local sports show. Yay! You're watching the best local sports show.
Oh, Knights! 1, 2, 3, Eagles!
DLSS, DLSS, DLSS. Go
Welcome into the Week 4 edition of the Best Local Sports Show. I'm Sports Director Blake Arthur. Kenji Ito will join the show here in a bit. Kind of a weird week with a pair of Thursday games, many of our local teams on the road, but not Desert Hot Springs and Shadow Hills. The Golden Eagles and Knights meeting for the second straight year after a defensive battle last season. Shadow Hills winning that game 7-0. Homecoming night for Shadow Hills. Hey, dude, don't drop your crown. Put that crown on loud and proud. Love that. Congratulations to the homecoming king and queen. This was a Shadow Hills party before the game started, and it continued throughout the game. That's Jesse Rodriguez de Reef Avergonzado for the score. Knights would continue to pour it on after a DHS turnover. It's Damian Walls from short yardage. Sophomore scores another Shadow Hills touchdown to the delight of the crowd, and they were not done there. Little screen pass to Brandon Peffers, and this kid makes the highlight seemingly every single week. And I mean, come on, you see why. The senior star for Shadow Hills takes it all the way to the crib. Big play touchdown, but check out the celebration from the Knights mascot. Everyone in the dungeon having some fun, but they really started having fun when Isaac Duran scored a 2-point conversion. It's a 2-point conversion. It never makes the highlight, but that is a 300-plus pound lineman running the football, and the celebration even better. I don't know what else to say other than that is awesome. Whole team fired up for Duran, and Shadow Hills kept scoring. Rodriguez the Peffers again. Camera guy gets a little blocked out a bit, but catch from Peffers. He is a stud. DHS finally making the highlight. Jalen Turner on the quarterback keep. Golden Eagles do get on the scoreboard, but this was all Shadow Hills all the time. Anthony Garcia getting his name in the box score with the touchdown grab there. Shadow Hills handles Desert Hot Springs 44-10, the final. The Knights, look out for them. They improved to 3-1 on the season.
Next week's going to be a hard game. We know that. So we got to get ready for that. But tonight, they won their homecoming game, and props to them. And, they came out of that little rut we thought they were in, and they came out firing. So can't ask for more than that.
I felt great. That was a great game. Offense, offensive line could have did a little better, but it was a great game, just everywhere. Quarterback, receivers, running backs, everything. What did that touchdown feel like? It felt great. It felt great, sir. That was the best moment of my life, sir. In my 16 years of life, that was my best moment ever. Let's go.
I mean, come on. Does it get any better than that? That is why we do what we do. That is what it's all about right there. Isaac Durant, congratulations to you. And, of course, congrats to Shadow Hills on the victory. All right, we are just getting started with the show. I mentioned Cathedral City taking on Xavier Prep. Highlights of that game coming right up. Plus, could Indio get their first win of the season? The 0-3 Rajas welcoming 3-0 Western Christian as the Rajas try to turn around their season and get in the win column. Stick around. You're watching Week 4 of high school football on the Best Local Sports Show.
Welcome back to the best local sports show on News Channel 3.
Football, baby. It's time. It's time. It's time. Let's go. Bring it. Bring it.
You're watching the best local sports show. You're watching the best local sports show. Don't say. You're watching the best local sports show.
First, from Western Christian Fighting Lancers, number 3, senior Carter Doolittle. Number 7, junior Johan Pires.
Welcome back to the Best Local Sports Show, week 4 of the high school football season. We saw Desert Hot Springs and Shadow Hills square off in an all-local matchup, but we had another one with Cathedral City taking on Xavier Prep. Beautiful evening for high school football. That mountain silhouette, I mean, look at those palm trees, too. That's why we live here. So good. Both teams, Cathedral City and Xavier Prep, coming off a loss last week, 1-2 Lions against the 2-1 Saints. First drive of the game for Xavier, Kingston Pelham takes it himself, and the Saints are on the board just like that. In the all-gold jerseys, by the way, those are sweet. That would continue, did the scoring in the first quarter. Lions turnover, Pelham hits a wide-open Joe Mejia. Another Saints touchdown. They dap each other up and celebrate their work. More Xavier, senior Ben Langlois behind the big offensive line. Saints up 21-0 on the Lions in the first quarter. So Cathedral City got to get something going, and they would. Check out this run here. Sophomore Jaden Eli. That's a big, powerful boy carrying the football. Great run that almost went for a touchdown. Lions would polish off the drive with the touchdown. Senior Aaron Mendiola breaks the tackle, finding the end zone, and the Lions are on the board, making it a 21-6 game. But it was all Saints after that. King Pelham, Trey Pelham, Joe Mejia, Aiden Ruiz. It didn't matter. All doing work for Xavier, who led 42-6 at the half. That's Kingston Pelham with a heck of a play there. Saints roll the Lions 48-6 the final. Xavier now 3-1. They're going to host Yucca Valley next Friday. That'll likely be our game of the week. I said many of our teams were on the road this week. Palm Desert was one of them, taking on the Thunderbirds of Yucaipa, who beat Shadow Hills last week. Second quarter is where we're going to pick things up. Joey Juarez, touchdown run for the T-Birds. They get out in front 7-0 on the Aztecs. Palm Desert would respond. Quarterback A.J. Rivera going to drop back to pass, has time, and hits Trey Bolton. But look at Bolton. What a catch that is. And a big gain for Palm Desert. Later on the drive, Rivera, this time going to go to Jonah Tolan. Tolan across the middle, and that's another big gain. Nice completion there. PD offense in rhythm, and that would set up this. Cheeky little play. Tolan sweeps around, goes in for a score. 7-7 with about 6 minutes to play before half, but Palm Desert would lose on the road at Yucaipa. 37-21 the final. Aztecs are 2-2. They're at Redlands next week. Indio at home against a 3-0 Western Christian team out of Upland. Rajas looking for their first win of the year after an 0-3 start, getting outscored 159-18 over that span. Second quarter, Western Christian goes to the ground, and it is a house call. 13-zip. Indio facing an early deficit, but the Rajas would respond. I had to ask Kenji, who's at this game, is that Indio? They're rocking the all-black jerseys. Never seen that. Quarterback Damian Dorinzi keeps it himself and scores, made it 13-6. Raja still trailing, and, well, they found out why the Lancers came in 3-0. Western Christian passes for another touchdown, taking a 20-6 lead, and then the Lancers, they would pile it on from there, leading 27-6 at half. Western Christian goes on to win it. Indio remains winless on the year, falling 47-6. Rajas are 0-4. A lot of teams outside the coverage area this week, as I mentioned, so let's show you some scores. How about La Quinta? They edged out a win on the road at Hesperia, 22-21. Blackhawks stay unbeaten, now 3-0. LQ what? LQ you know. Yucca Valley lost 28-21 at Chaffee. Coachella Valley lost to Palo Verde Valley 40-24. Back-to-back losses for the Arabs. 29 Palms home against Rubidoux, but could not make the trip up there. The Wildcats do get the win, though, 41-12. DCA won 58-7. They are 4-0. How about the Conquerors? And Desert Chapel lost 47-13 at Nordhoff. The Eagles are 0-2. All right, let's take a quick look back at Thursday now. Palm Springs on the road against Colton. And how about the Tribe? Bishop Miller found Tyler Herbard for the go-ahead touchdown with 2 seconds left in the game, and then the defense would close it out, denying the Hail Mary attempt from Colton to win it 49-42. Heck of a comeback victory on the road for Palm Springs, who stays perfect on the year at 4-0. Rancho Mirage also on the road Thursday, taking on undefeated Ramona. Rattlers started the game with the lead, then found themselves trailing 28-7 at half. They fought hard in the second half, but the comeback effort did fall short. 28-21, Ramona over Rancho Mirage. Rattlers are 2-2 on the year. All right, time to take a break, but we have more football ahead. Taking a look at girls on the gridiron. Kenji Ito will join the show with more on Shadow Hills and their dominant girls flag football program. And don't forget Blake's Best from week 4 of high school football on the Best Local Sports Show.
Welcome back to the Best Local Sports Show on News Channel 3.
Shadow Hills High School, we're going to run league this year. Stay tuned.
You're watching Friday Night Football. 1, 2, 3, 9.
Welcome back to the Best Local Sports Show. We are all done with highlights for Week 4 of the high school football season. If you did not see your team, you can always visit our website, kesq.com. But it is time now for everyone's favorite segment, Kenji's Corner. Big Kenji is in the house, and Kenji Ito joining the show now with more football. But on the girls' side, Kenji, with more on Shadow Hills, a team that is really setting the standard here in the Valley just in year 2 as a program.
Yeah, and honestly, when you showed me the highlights, and our photographer, Chris Tarpening, filmed us some highlights today, I saw all of it, and I was automatically surprised on how dominant they were. But getting a shutout in football is hard, but for the girls flag football team at Shadow Hills, they've done it 6 times this year. Yes, you heard that right, 6 donuts, and honestly, this team is feasting when they're on the field. The Lady Knights are 14-3 on the year, which includes a 5-0 record against local opponents, and they're not slowing down anytime soon.
I always say time is money and money is time, and we don't waste nothing in this lifetime. So that's it. So at the end of the day, we want to eat barbecue chicken and live good. That's what we preach, and we live by that.
While the Shadow Hills girls flag football team are only 2 years young, like Coach said, they're living good and are already making their mark as one of the best programs in the Valley.
I think making sure that all of us are on the same page all the time, staying disciplined, focused, knowing what we're supposed to do, and focusing on the field.
Shadow Hills has been rolling on all 3 phases, especially against local teams, outscoring them 183-6 in 5 games. And the Knights' success comes from the bond they've created with one another.
The key is we are a family. We're all one together. We push each other at practices. We've been here since 5 in the morning, since summer started, and we're still here. And I think family is key, creating a close bond with all the girls just to dominate on the field.
With the Lady Knights well on their way to securing a league title, they've always set their eyes on the prize.
Definitely getting further than first round this year. Hopefully making it to the end, CIF champions. And I really believe we could do that this year.
The first goal was always to win league, right? That's what we're trying to do, win league. But yes, second, third round, we're trying to go at least past that. Yeah, some of these, my seniors, it's their second year here. They don't have no redemption after this.
With just over a month left in the regular season, Shadow Hills will look to get better and be as prepared as possible to compete for the first ever CIF championship in local girls flag football history. And Shadow Hills will continue their season with 2 games on Saturday morning before another league contest on Monday against La Quinta. Blake, honestly, it's great to see the success of Shadow Hills and this sport in general become so popular here in the Valley.
You're right about that. Kenj, flag football, an Olympic sport for the 2028 games in Los Angeles. Pretty cool. Speaking of cool, time now for Blake's Best, and this week it's the Tribe. Palm Springs pulled off a huge comeback victory on the road over Colton on Thursday, winning the game in the final seconds. A perfect 4-0. PS has been very impressive through the first 4 weeks, led by an offense averaging 44 points a game. Indians might not be the best team by season's end, but it's hard to argue against them right now. Palm Springs perfect, undefeated Tribe, impressive Indians. Blake's Best for Week 4. That was Blake's Best, but got to give some love to the big fella, Isaac Duran. An honorable mention for Blake's Best, but he is a nominee for Play of the Week. Visit our website over the weekend. Cast your vote for which play you think should be Play of the Week. The winner will be announced Monday right here on News Channel 3. That's going to do it for Week 4 of the Best Local Sports Show. He's Kenji, I'm Blake. We'll see you next week.
News Channel 3 is now available on any of these streaming services. Watch live and on demand